أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ومن يكسب إثما فإنما يكسبه على نفسه وكان الله عليما حكيما. Dear friends, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I recited Surah An-Nisa Ayat number 111. So Allah said in this ayat, a person who commits a sin with his intention, then the outcome of the sin falls on that person. So that person will have to face the consequences of his sin. We read this ayat, we will understand more better, inshallah. So Allah said, وَمَنْ يَكْسِبْ, and the person who commits a sin, isman, sin. وَمَنْ يَكْسِبْ isman, and a person who commits a sin, فَإِنَّمَا يَكْسِبُهُ عَلَى نَفْسِهِ, only it is against himself. وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَلِيمًا حَكِيمًا, and Allah is the most knowing, all-wise. So Allah said, وَمَنْ يَكْسِبْ إِثْمًا فَإِنَّمَا يَكْسِبُهُ عَلَى نَفْسِهِ وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَلِيمًا حَكِيمًا. And a person who commits a sin, only it is against himself. And Allah is the most knowing, the most wise. So in this ayat, Allah tells us that if a person who earns a sin, earning, like you go to earn money, same sins, you have to use your body organs. So this way Allah used the word here, yaksib. So yaksib is like when you go to do work and get money, that is also earning. So this is earning. You are going to earn a sin by using your body parts. The movement of the body parts in order to use it for doing a sinful thing, that is the worst punishable act, and its punishment falls on person himself. This way Allah said, if a person, وَمَنْ يَكْسِبْ إِثْمًا, a person who earns a sin, فَإِنَّمَا يَكْسِبُهُ, he earns it عَلَى نَفْسِ, for himself. وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَلِيمًا, and Allah is knowing it completely. Hakima, and hides it with his wisdom. So Allah hides the person's sin so that the person should repent and request Allah for forgiveness. Do tawbah astaghfar. So Allah gave a chance to the person so that the person should do tawbah astaghfar. But if the person is not doing tawbah astaghfar, then the consequences of this sinful act falls on the person's health. This person becomes ill also. This person suffers in worries and problems because of sin, what the person has done himself with intention. Because in this ayat you can see the sin, for sin Allah used the word ism, alif, tha, mim, ism. Ism is that sinful act which person is doing with intention. Like, for example, if a person is going to steal something of someone, so any person who is going to, like the thief, when he going to steal something, so first of all, thief make a plan that I am going to steal this thing from that person or from that house or from that place. So is a full planning and full intention is done before that. So this type of sinful act which is done with full intention, that is called ism, alif, sa, mim. And this sinful act is that one if a person have the habit to do this one, and due to this sinful act the person declines from sirat mustaqim. So it goes into astray. The person goes away from the right path. So this is the dangerous consequences of this sinful act. So first of all, you can see the loss that comes to the person, or the consequences of this sinful act. The first of all, the person falls in despair. So person feels like when a person in the life is becomes unhopeful in many matters and problems. The other problem that comes to the person because of doing sin, this type of sinful act, the fear of Allah goes away from the person's mind. Then the fear of the people uh, spread in the mind of the person. So this type of person who is doing this type of sinful act will not have fear of Allah, will have fear of the people. So this is because of this sinful act. And the other thing, the trend of the person becomes more inclined towards shaitan or towards doing more sins. So person's nafs wants or motivate or initiate the person to do more sins. So this type of person feel easy to do sins and feel difficult to do good things. This way it becomes easy to follow the shaitan, and it becomes difficult to follow Allah and Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And this person, before Allah, the respect and regard of this person finishes. And this person himself, you can see, will not have the respect and regard of Allah. Because Allah, when a person, first of all, we believe that amantu billahi wa malaikatihi wa kutubihi, like this. So amantu billah means we believe in Allah. Who is Allah? Allah is everywhere. Allah is Basir. Wallahu Basirum bil ibad. So Allah is Basir. Allah is watching his slaves. Wallahu Samiyun Alim. And Allah is listening, and Allah knows what the person is doing. So when a person believes in Allah, then understands that Allah is watching, Allah is listening, and Allah has knowledge whatever I am doing, this person becomes shameful. And if something happen accidentally, then the person goes before Allah and repent himself and request Allah for forgiveness and to tawbah astaghfar. So if the person is not doing tawbah astaghfar, then this person who is doing this type of sinful act, which sinful act is done with intention, this person will get disrespect and insult in this world, and will have the punishment which has been reserved at the day of judgment. This person will get that one also. So in this world, this person will have to face different type of troubles and problems also. Some people, after doing this type of sinful act, they are just to get the trouble and problems in their life. So many worries and problems they have to face also. And some people, they after doing these type of sinful act, they have to fall in different type of diseases and problems. So this possible. So keep in mind that when a person is to break up the law of Allah, and when a person is to deny the rights and responsibilities of himself with respect to other person, or do sinful act with his own intention, so this person is not damaging anything of Allah's, and not to making trouble to the other people, but the trouble or damage comes to himself also. فَإِنَّمَا يَقْسِبُهُ عَلَى نَفْسِهِ. So all the consequences of his sin, that falls on his own nafs, on himself. So this way this person has to face it. So therefore we have the best mashallah lesson from this ayat, that we must be away from all type of sinful act. We don't try to do any sinful act with intention. If some sinful act has been done unintentionally, we must bow down before Allah, repent and request Allah for forgiveness, and do tawbah astaghfar and reconnect with Allah, so that we should have a good face before Allah at the day of judgment. Allah give us tawfiq. Ameen.